Hey folks, welcome back to another exciting episode of Build Kit from Knight Rider, the epic model from Fanhome. This month, we're going to cover episodes or issues 19 through 22, and we received a gift this with this issue. This is, if it'll focus here, this is KARR, Kit's nemesis, the Knight automated roving robot. So that was our free gift with this issue, and I've got the build plate ready. So let's stop talking and let's get into it. All right, here we go. Issue 19. We have it all laid out on the build plate, and this is going to start working on the turbine. We also have some pieces from our last issue 18, and we will be going through that as we finish out issue 19 with those. So as I mentioned, first up is mounting the turbine and connecting the fan wiring. Up first, we are going to fix the air intake over the turbine front. And to do this, we're going to use 2 AM screws. And as these pieces are metal, once again, we use our 3-in-1 lubricant. This helps ease the threading of the screws and secure the two metal pieces together without fear of stripping the screw head. While we do that, issue 19 does cover episode 13, Forget Me Not. Michael's latest mission is to protect a South African president. A girl named Mickey overhears an assassination plot, but after a blow to the head, she has amnesia. It's a little over halfway through the first season. And in this episode, KITT performs a number of turbo boost maneuvers. And this is from the issue itself, and several of the scenes feature stock footage. The cliff jump is actually from 1977 movie Invisible Killer, and the stunt in which KITT jumps over some cars that stand in his way reuses footage from the Knight Rider pilot, Night of the Phoenix. All right, next up, we are going to push the strut on the turbine front over the two posts in the turbine top, and we're going to connect those with 2 GM screws. These issues this month are pretty short, pretty simple, so it shouldn't take us too long. Friendly reminder, if you like these videos, go ahead and click that like button, and to catch the rest of this series and are building the Enterprise D from Star Trek The Next Generation, smash that subscribe button. All right, with that complete, it's time to move to our hoses, and we are going to go ahead and grab the chassis from last issue, and we're going to connect these 3 hoses, and we're going to take the smallest one, and we're going to connect one end of that wire on the post of our electronic control unit, and the other end will be on the rightmost post of the fan motors. You can alternatively use the tweezers that come with this set, but this one is in a place where it's pretty easy just to do it by hand. So I would suggest just do this part by hand. and they should snugly push on there. If yours are loose for some reason, you can use model glue to affix them tightly, but in my case, they are nice and snug, and those are not going anywhere. All right, next up, we're going to take the medium length hose and we're going to place one end of that on the middle post on the electronic control unit, and then the other end on the middle post of the fan motors. Then our final step is to take the longest piece of hose and we are going to place that on the uppermost post on the electronic control unit, and then the other end goes on the leftmost post on the fan. Alrighty, that's it for issue 19. So let's get the build plate all set up for issue 21 and head back over. In this issue, we will be assembling the turbine. In our first steps, we're going to assemble parts of the right turbine and the exhaust. And to fix these together, we are going to use 2 BP screws. In this issue, we are covering the episode 14 of Hearts of Stone. In the city of Houston, the Foundation attempts to dismantle an arms trafficking network known as the Hearts of Stone. In this issue, this is the first time you see KITT's voice modulator graphics change from the solid red blinking to the iconic horizontal 3 lines that we all know and love today when he talks and they light up. These were inspired by the design of KARR's voice modulator in episode, I believe it was episode 12, but it might have been episode 10 now that I think about it. All right, now once that's in place, we are going to take our assembled piece and push that onto the onto the post of the turbine right exhaust. And we're going to affix that with actually, once we do that, then we're going to take the next piece, which is the you're going to take the right turbine parts, the turbine right exhaust part, and then affix the pieces together with a CP screw in the center hole. So that's this little gray piece. And once we have that in there, we will use 2 more CP screws on either side to complete the assembly of this part. Alrighty, with issue 19 complete, or it actually was actually issue 20. Issue 20 complete. We are going to head back over to the build plate, get things set up, and begin issue 21. This issue, you'll look, the parts are virtually identical to the exhaust right that we just assembled. This time it is the exhaust left, and the steps are exactly the same. We're going to attach the first pieces together with 2 BP screws, and then we are going to assemble those with the larger piece and then use the silver flange to hold the exhaust and the larger piece together with the 3 CP screws. And this issue covers the episode 15 of Give Me Liberty or Give Me Death, and Michael and KITT enter a cross-country race for cars, cannonball run style, that are using alternative fuels to try to find out who's sabotaging the competition. The race is called the Alternative 2000. Hints of Death Race 2000 in there in that title. Interestingly, the title, of course, Give Me Liberty or Give Me Death, is a famous quote attributed to Patrick Henry. This episode features the racers driving a Dodge Charger, a Porsche, a propane-powered car, a solar-powered car, and a converted dune buggy. And then, of course, KITT, powered by liquid hydrogen, which is pretty interesting because an early episode in this season, we see KITT needing gasoline, where the gas station attendant tried to sabotage KITT in order to get more maintenance from Michael Knight. And of course, he was unable to sabotage KITT. The Dodge Charger in this episode is also the iconic orange that you might recognize from Dukes of Hazzard. Makes you wonder if they actually used one of the extra vehicles from Dukes of Hazzard in this episode. This episode, we also see KITT's radar for the first time. All right, that completes stage 21. So we are on our way to the final stage 22. So let's head back to the build plate, get this thing wrapped up for another month. In stage 22, we are going to assemble the turbine. This will combine the parts from stage 21 and 22. Along with our components from stage 19. First up, we're going to take the left turbine housing and secure that together with the left exhaust. And we're going to use 2 BP screws to do that. Of course, this episode, or this issue, covers episode 16, the Topaz connection. Covers the murder of a publisher of a glamour magazine. This issue actually takes place in Las Vegas. This issue also features Tina Louise, who earlier in her career played character on Gilligan's Island. All right, with that completed, we are going to now connect the turbine left housing mount onto the two posts of the housing, again using two BP screws. All right, next up, we're going to grab our turbine housing top, and we are going to mount the turbine housing left using two GM screws. There should be two notches in the black housing mount that just slot right over a couple posts here. And because we are screwing into metal again, we're going to use our 3-in-1 lubricant to connect those up. All right, with that complete, we're now going to turn our attention to the turbine right housing. And again, we're going to repeat the left housing steps, and we're going to take the right exhaust and mount it to the housing using two BP screws. Right now we're going to turn back to the mounting and we're going to attach that to our right turbine housing. And again, using 2 bead screws. All right, now with that done, we'll grab the assembly top again and we're going to attach the right turbine housing using 2 GM screws. So this will sit just the opposite side of the last step. And again, the post should fit snugly right in the mounting bracket spots that are slotted out for the posts. All right, with that completed, lastly, we're going to insert the included metal pin through the 2 tabs at the top of the turbine housing. This will be a snug fit, so it's going to take a little work to get it through here. Once we have that in, we'll be done. Step 2, or stage 22, I should. It is really difficult to go through here. And of course, I just stabbed myself, but luckily it didn't break the skin. So I shove this the rest of the way through. And it really does take a lot of force, so trying to work it through this last post to get it all the way through. Unclear from the picture just how far I should go, so I'm trying to get it at least pin all the way through on one side, and so hopefully it needs to back out and be able to pull out a little bit. All right, there we go. Completed turbine housing, all ready for stage 23 next month. So that's it, folks. That's the end. We have completed this month's issue, stages 19 through 22. We got our freebie, the KARR, and we're all wrapped up, ready to go for next month. Don't forget to hit that like button. And until next time, have fun.